you make it out of just flour and water in a big bowl, in a big mixing bowl. You let it sit for a couple of weeks. Then you scoop out half of it and replace it with the same amount of flour and water. Let that sit for a week. Then you scoop out half and then replace it with a little bit less. You're going to reduce it each time over several days, and until you do get a ferment. It's like a bacteria. It infects itself, and after 3 or 4 weeks, it won't look frothy. It won't look bubbly at this stage, but it will be active, and you can make bread with it. And it really took probably 2 or 3 years to get my style to this really frothy stage that it is now.
Do you sort of have a relationship with it?
Definitely, it's your child. If I go away, I've got lots of stories. I don't bore you with too many sort of travel stories, but if I do go away for more than a few days, I do take it with me. I think the rhythm of it, letting it fit in with your lifestyle. You can't rush it. You can never rush it. You've got to leave it. It's all done in stages, and each stages can take 6 or 7 hours because you have to build up the starter. You've got to look after your starter, of course, first of all. I'm conscious of it all the time. Often, I don't know if you're out in the pub or if you're, doing things socially and that sort of thing. I'll often sort of just stop myself and think, oh, where am I in the bread stage now? I must never get carried away that I completely forget, because it might be that evening. I've got to go home and I've got to turn my sourdough around. I've got to top this up or do that. Within the week, there's always something. There's always something.
The headlines this morning: Spain has made a new threat to veto the final Brexit deal, which is due to be signed off by the EU.
I've always baked. My mother baked. Baking was part of her life, and so I did it when I left home. I'm not really much one for additives. Not much one for date and walnut. Your bread should be simple and plain to accompany what you're having with it, your sandwich or your toast or whatever like that. I'm sitting here, but I've got sourdough over there that's rising, that's actually proving. So I feel I'm actually doing something. Even though I might look as though I'm not doing anything, I might be sitting on the sofa on Facebook or something like that. But actually, I'm conscious that there is dough going on. There's an activity going on in the. That was the same, when the kids were little. It was always nice to have that proving, that rising going on, and it's sort of a sense of satisfaction and about it. Yeah, it does provide that little structure. I give it a couple of slaps because that just smooths the surface of it. And then you rolling it tightly into itself, tightly as you can, and then seal it all up. I don't actually like to get involved in any other type of project while that's happening because it's very easy to lose your concentration. So it's not a good idea to start, I don't know, just mowing the lawn or building a shed or repairing the car or whatever. You don't want to get involved in anything like that because it's very easy for time to run away with you, and you just, oops, I've forgotten to turn the starter around or something like that. It's very sociable. It's very sociable. It does give you a circle of friends. You'll never be short of friends. People love talking about bread. I do festivals, but not as a commercial thing. I'll just set up a bakery stall. I'll take one of my ovens down, and I'll just bake sort of baguettes, and people come along and eat them fresh out the oven, straight out of the oven. Which actually is quite unique. Not many people, you forget this, but a lot of people haven't had the experience of eating bread that's actually hot and crusty straight out of the oven. And I just give them a sample of that, and they just go into raptures about it, and they'll talk. I did Folk East Festival this year. I was there for 3 days, and I don't suppose there wasn't a moment when there wasn't people there talking about bread. Just is that not just a work of art? Is that not? This is art. This is not a craft. This is an art. If I could frame it and stick it on the wall and exhibit it, I would. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing a loaf bloom up in the oven. It's just fantastic. It's magic. All it is flour and water. It's two of the simplest ingredients possible. Flour and water. That's all it is, and yet you produce this fabulous loaves like that. It's a wonderful thing, and I never tire of that.